Hey guys, Peter here to do an EP review. Today I'm here to tell you about the debut release by Nitesoil, Abusement out November 6th as a self-release. It has 6 tracks, 15 minutes in length, and this is a death metal project headlined by Frank Godla and Nick MD. I was really excited about checking this out, more so after reading the press release. I wanted to see what these two guys were going to bring to the table, what kind of sound they were going to construct, what kind of death metal are we going to get. So these were all things that had me motivated to listen to the EP, but the moment that I saw Will Putney's name and that he mastered this release, I knew I had to listen to it. This guy has the Midas touch. Everything that he works on turns to gold. Now this EP is really a compilation of tracks. All 6 tracks have different vocalists, so that allows them to be different, at least from a vocal perspective, but it definitely changes the overall feel and atmosphere that the songs have to offer. Musically, they're not as diverse. I felt that they were more compact, they were more cohesive. All 6 songs had a lot of similarities in play. But it's really interesting because the first 3 songs have a lot more groove elements. They're a lot easier to digest, if you will, than the last 3 songs. This is an EP that gains momentum, gains aggression, maybe not necessarily musically, but definitely vocally as it progresses. It perhaps finishes off with the strongest tracks possible when you look across all 6 songs. But let's get into it. The first song is Odio, and it features Jessica Pimentel from Brujeria, and perhaps you guys know her better from Orange is the New Black. The drums on this song are killer. The guitars are heavy and demolishing, and they add some grooviness to the song at points. Not all the time, but they come in bursts. But the drums are really the force behind the heaviness that this track has. Vocally, I felt that the intensity and the brutality was matched to the way the song sounds. So there is a lot of similarities between how the music of the track is moving along and how you're getting the vocals delivered onto that track. Being in Spanish, this whole song is in Spanish, it actually added a little bit of brutality and heaviness to how the song comes across. It just feels heavier. I don't know why, but it has a little bit more of a kick to it. It makes the song feel a lot more powerful, a lot more driven, and it gives it a lot more substance. I love the alternations that the track has. It's an easy to digest track considering the overall sound, the overall vocals, and the overall experience. And I think that's because there are some ups and downs within the track where you get a little bit more grooviness, a little bit less heaviness, and the changes really allow you to go through the track a lot easier. The next song is the Extinction game featuring Davidson from Revocation. I love this song. It has a more methodic, heavy, moving approach. It's not as driven, if you will. It just feels to me that it moves at a slower pace. There's some heaviness and some speed that comes in bursts, but overall it feels more methodic. That is all the way almost until the end of the song, because when you get towards the end of the song, they turn on the turbo. They switched it from 10 all the way to 11, and the song just gains so much momentum, so much heaviness. It starts to move almost at a frantic pace, but up until that point is very methodic. And while there's some bursts, you never really think that this song is going to become as violent, as aggressive as it does towards the tail end of the track. Dave's vocals are absolutely phenomenal. He gave the song heaviness, but at the same time a little bit of grooviness in the tone and the delivery that he used for this specific song. He definitely gave direction to where the song was going. Next, Burn Me Down featuring Heinold from Hivesmasher. Killer drums on this track, and this is where things start to turn. This is where the EP starts to move into a much heavier, a much more powerful direction. The drums on this track are absolutely demolishing. The guitars are heavy, but they have more of a wide sound to them. They give some substance to the overall mixture of the sound, but you really feel like the drums are the ones that are really pushing this song forward. They're giving it substance, they're giving it life, they're giving it heaviness and brutality. The vocals add a little bit to that brutality, they add a little bit to that heaviness that the track has, but everything feeds off the drums. The drums are the life force of this song. Next, the Abusement featuring Trevor Strnad from the Black Dahlia murder. Brutal track vocally. He really brought a different approach that you didn't get up until this point. He really took things to a different level. The song is very brutal. vocally. Musically, it tries to match that same intensity, but I felt like the vocals were so substantially heavier than everything else that was happening on the track that they kind of overshadowed the musical presence that the song has. He absolutely turned this track into a meat grinder of a song with his voice. Next, Mother of Lust featuring Gost. Another track that just starts to escalate the aggression. We saw that with the two previous tracks, and this one just takes it a step even further. It's a track that has great dynamics. It has a penetrating sound, both dark and brutal at times, and that is coming from the vocals and the music itself. The vocals on this song are not perhaps as powerful as they were in the Abusement Park with Trevor really taking it to a different level, but the style that you get on this song, it's a lot darker, it's a lot driven. It has a more penetrating effect in terms of the heaviness that they bring to the forefront. Works perfectly well with this song because it's a song that moves at a nice pace, and the way the vocals come at you almost makes it feel like the song is moving even faster. So I love how everything came together. It added a lot of intensity, it added a lot of brutality, and it made the song feel a lot bigger than what it is. And the vocals really come in and destroy you from the inside. Last but not least, D.S.I.T.S featuring Doug Moore of Pyyrhon. This song is the most brutal song on this EP. It absolutely kills everything, musically and vocally. This song closes off the release, and it closes off with an exclamation mark. Absolutely brutal. The vocals are, they're just monstrosity of vocals on this track. They're so big, they're so large, they're so heavy, demonic at times. They just have so much presence, so much sound. And then when you add the drums on this track, I mean, there were heavier drums on tracks before, but I felt that with the sound of the vocals, with how the vocals were approached on this track, the way the drums came in, the combination of these two elements just really escalated the overall intensity and brutality that this song has to offer. It's a song that has two speeds and two levels of heaviness. It's heavy and heavier, and it always feels like it's moving from one to the next. But the fluidity that the track has is great. It makes you stay connected with the song, it makes you engage the track, and it makes you feel like your face is melting as you progress through the song when you consider how heavy it is and how brutal it is musically and vocally. This is it, guys. Nitesoil with Abusement Park, out November 6th as a self-release. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the project. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.